When Megan Felton was born with cerebral palsy, her parents were told to accept she may never walk or talk.
But the Feltons are determined to do whatever it takes to give Megan the best start. They've invested their life savings and travelled to the other side of the world for controversial stem cell therapy.
One step, two step, tickly under here.
This is the story of one family going literally to the ends of the earth to give their child the chance of improvement in some of the simple things in life. Sitting, walking, eating and talking.
Oh, nice walking, Megan.
Megan Felton is 5 years old. She was born with cerebral palsy.
Look at Megan, Enya. She's coming to get us. Look out.
Science is looking for ways to improve function, and stem cell treatment offers hope. The Feltons are convinced it's a hope worth investing in.
Oh, well done, Meg.
Well, of course, we were hoping for a miracle. The Germans didn't promise anything. They were quite clear of some people have better results than others, but we were still very keen to try it.
I think as a parent, of course, you want to try as much as possible for your child. And then if you think there will be benefit for your children, and then you go for it.
Basically, it's whatever it takes for her, so that's our situation. Whatever we have to do, we do it.
A year ago, the Feltons travelled across the world to Germany. They had found a clinic offering stem cell treatment to children like Megan. The treatment's expensive, it's very new, and there are no independent clinical trials to establish or prove results. But this clinic is no cowboy clinic, peddling miracle cures. It's licensed and government approved. Its data shows that 2/3 of patients with cerebral palsy improved to some degree after stem cell treatment.
I looked on the internet for about a year and decided that stem cells could be a go, and after many months and hours on the computer, we decided that the German stem cell therapy was the safest option for Megan.
After that initial treatment, Megan's parents were cautiously hopeful, and they've decided to do everything they can to get her back there again.
We were hoping for just the slightest improvement, but we actually got a significant change in Megan after the trip to Germany, so it was just brilliant. Within 2 or 3 weeks, Megan's balance had improved, her head control had improved significantly. She's put on weight, she's eating better, sleeping better, she's not as sick as she used to be. She's basically improved in a lot of areas, yes.
Cerebral palsy is a motor disorder caused by a lack of oxygen to the brain. It commonly happens during childbirth. Exactly what caused Megan's cerebral palsy is still being argued over, and the Feltons are in an ongoing dispute with ACC over whether it was a birth accident. Whatever the cause, the result was clear in her first few days of life. Doctors gave the Feltons little hope.
We were told that she'd probably never even be able to move her head off the ground or turn her head from side to side. She probably didn't see. The list went on and on and on. We were told to stick tubes in her and feed her for the rest of her days. We decided to ignore their advice and continue on our own path, which we're very glad we did.
Mike and Jackie's commitment to Megan is taking its toll. Megan attends conductive education classes. That's an hour drive each way from Pukekohe, a big commute, 3 or 4 times a week. With this physical therapy, Megan has been making progress. But the Feltons believe stem cell therapy will offer more. Going to the other side of the world for a cutting-edge medical treatment doesn't come cheap. The Excel Clinic stem cell treatments cost around $20,000, and then there's another $10,000 for travel and accommodation costs. The Feltons raised what they could themselves, selling most of their possessions, and then turned to their community. Pukekohe, a country town on the outskirts of Auckland, rallied behind them.
Pukekohe was extremely helpful to us. They put on a concert, sold belongings. We had a valuable diamond gifted from the South Island for Megan. The generosity was brilliant. We raised pretty close to $40,000 for Megan. It was, unreal. He gave us a chance to go and let Megan, try the stem cell therapy. We could never have done it without the help of all these people.
7 months later, they're about to go back again, in the hope that Megan will become more independent.
It's like a dream come true being able to afford to go again. I'm also nervous. It's a long trip. Megan's still quite frail, but in our situation, it's a case of who dares wins, really. So we'll push it again and see what we get from it.
Mike gave up a full-time job as a mechanic to share the load of Megan's round-the-clock care, and the family now manages on benefits.
I miss working, of course, and the friendship in the workshop of other males instead of sort of being at home and just doing these sort of jobs all day. But it's pretty important. It has to be done. It's for Megan. It's just got to be done. There's no choice.
You want to hold it, okay? You can hold it. I'm going to click on this one first.
Life is very hard. It's not your usual marriage. You don't get to spend a lot of quality time together. You're always sort of up with Megan or doing something for Megan. But we've stood strong for 5 years, so I guess we'll keep going, really. It's a matter of having to and wanting to, of course.
Got hair on. Got tail. Got tail.
This time round, Mike will stay home and care for their other daughter, Enya, while Jackie and Megan head off again for Germany.
Big lion.
Mike and Jackie are not expecting miracles, but even small gains would be huge to them.
My goal is want to feed itself independently. I'll be very pleased. I'll be very happy.
I'm really hoping that Megan can hopefully stand unaided from the second treatment and her communication skills will improve.
This trip will cost another $20,000. The Feltons could not do it without the fundraising from their community. Before her operation, Megan's progress will be assessed by a clinic doctor. The family have already sent in written reports and videos charting her progress.
So let's go inside. Okay.
The operation is in 2 parts. First, the stem cells are extracted from the bone marrow in Megan's hip under a general anaesthetic. The cells will then be isolated and concentrated in the lab and checked to see if they are viable. In a few days' time, Megan will come back to have the cleaned and concentrated stem cells injected into her spinal canal.
Room. Now she's in an outpatient ward. The whole procedure was very good. She looks okay. Just feel a little bit tired, Megan. Okay, so we're going to a hotel soon, alright? Okay, you're tired. Right? Okay.
From a technical point of view, things have gone really well. The stem cell count is high.
I feel a bit nervous. I feel panic in my tummy.
What, about today's procedure?
Yeah.
It went fine last time.
I know, but you still will feel like that because it's a big day for her.
It's a big day for her, yeah.
We waited for, so long, and another 6 months, and then hopefully there'll be a miracle. Get in the theater now. And Megan, see you when you come back.
After 2 days, it's time to head back to the clinic. The cleaned and concentrated stem cells are injected into the fluid in the spinal canal. The fluid carries the stem cells directly to the brain, and where, hopefully, they stimulate the healing process in the damaged area. It's all over in 2 hours.
I'm the tiger. I want the
After the
tiger,
operation,
please.
Megan is holding her head up better than she used to.
Tiger, please.
And she's scoring 100% on Choose the Animal.
Put on Mummy's hand. Well done.
High five. High five. Yay!
Well done. Bye-bye, everybody.
It's very early days, but so far, so good. 3 months later, after her second stem cell treatment, and Mike and Jackie believe there has been definite progress for Megan.
Good girl. Yeah,
Done.
one's
Other
on.
one. She can do it.
Yeah, good thing. Yeah, you better do it. Silly
do
Betty,
it.
come on.
Before she's like sort of look at you, you didn't know she understand or not. But now you sort of when you talk to her, you can definitely sure she understand what you're talking about. So that's the things we actually very pleased about.
We used to duct tape her feet on 6 months ago. Now she's quite willing to follow an instruction of put your feet on and keep them there. So
She can put her feet on the pedal by herself.
I believe her demeanour has changed considerably after the second treatment. It's like a new sort of sparkle in her eyes where she wants to participate and watch and join in as much as possible. The second treatment went medically superior, but the results have been slower and in different areas and in smaller amounts.
Jackie's hope that Megan might be able to hold a spoon still looks a way off.
I think her chewing movement, there's another thing, her chewing is much better than before.
However, it's difficult to tell how many of the changes in Megan are due to the stem cell treatment and how many could be put down to other things.
Well, I guess we'll never really know, to be honest, will we? We're putting in this one here and that one here and the stem cells, mashing it all together.
That's right.
And we are getting results. We know from the German clinic, after stem cell therapy, one must really amplify the rehabilitation. It's not a case of just having stem cell injection and then putting it to bed, waking up with a new child in the morning. They never suggest this, and being realistic, you've really got to, push the boundaries after. As much as we'd like to say it's just the stem cells, but we probably will never know.
The Feltons have given up much to get Megan this far, and they are determined there is still more to come for their little girl.